too clever,
but too lazy.
I was wondering why the audio sounded all weird, and I was like, these headphones are so weird. And then it's because they weren't plugged in, so it's just the laptop audio. I was like, these headphones suck.
I need to get new ones.
Yeah, dude. So, how's it going, man? How was your holiday, break or whatever you want to call it? Did you have a break?
No, dude. I'm like, it's just another day. It's just one day I have to have a lot of money spent for in time. Like yeah,
that's what it feels like, dude. Doesn't it feel like when you're a kid, you're like, hell yeah, this is the time when I get all the stuff I've been waiting for, and now this is the time where you're like, I have to like get a second job.
This is the time I have to decide if I want food or presents.
Yeah. How much do I love my child? Because of the relatives.
Yeah, not in my family.
Oh, okay. So not in my family.
I'm just playing. No, I'm just, I don't know. My holidays was okay. We flew to Arizona because my parents have a house there, and they bought some land in Wyoming because when he was selling his company, he didn't want to sell it in California because he would have had to pay all this tax or whatever on it. So if he sold it as a Wyoming resident, then he didn't have to pay any tax. And so they bought land there to establish residency, but they haven't built on it yet because they ended up buying this fucking 20-acre ranch in our town right here,
Right. Yeah.
And so I'm like, so what happened to that Wyoming place, And he's like, well, I have some ideas. And like, he was telling me like, there's a hill, in there.
All right.
And he was hinting, I can't remember if I said it or if he said it, but I think he was saying he wanted to have like a something in there. I was like a bat cave. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, you're going to make a bat cave? I was like, hell yeah. And so I was like, you should have like a waterfall curtain or, like a water curtain.
Right. Yeah. And no one knows it just looks like a side of a mountain, but then it's actually just. But how much would that cost? Just that alone would probably.
I asked him that. I did. I asked him that. He was like, "Well, I looked into that." He was like, "That costs." He's like, "That's kind of in the millions."
Yeah.
So, but it was really funny. But he was talking about just all these different. I was like, "Dude, in fact, one of the days I was up at the ranch working, and out of nowhere, I was like, dude, if you do the bat cave, I was like, you have to get a Batmobile. Like, you have to." Like, not a truck, like, because he drives these trucks, because everybody around here drives a truck.
Right.
It's like, not a truck or anything. I was like, you need to get
a Tesla Cybertruck.
Oh, God, no. Yeah, fuck that thing.
Yeah, no. They're very strange. Dude, so before, I just have to get this story off my chest.
Yeah, you could cut me off anytime. I'm just rambling. No,
just because I've been using this a lot, and I'm sure I'm going to use it a lot throughout the episode. I heard several times we could have used this in the last episode, but it makes sense if you have the context. All right, so here's the story. So a couple of months ago, I was at Taco Bell drive-through, and I had a Hispanic guy at the mic, very heavy accent, right? And so I ordered like 2 beef and cheese, whatevers. And then he goes, add sour cream jalapeno. And I was like, I just got paid. So I was like, you know what? Add it on there. And he's like, all right, anything else? I'm like, yeah, 2 cheese and chicken and cheese, whatevers. And he says the same thing. So add sour cream jalapeno. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then he says, add bacon. And I was like, what? I didn't even know that was an option. And he's like, yeah, it is. Like, kind of condescending, right? And then I'm like,
duh, dude.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? That's a little too much. So in my head, I was like, that's a little too much.
A little too decadent.
Right. Dude, swear to God, that was the word I thought. Too decadent.
Yes.
And then so I go like, you know what, man? Nah, I'm all right. And then he goes, are you sure? And then I go, yeah, you know what, man? Yeah, I'm sure. And there's a little bit of a pause, and he goes, that's pretty good. And like totally sold me on but now every time I hear that every time I'm trying to sell somebody on something, I'm like, it's pretty good. So I'm gonna use that later on. I just want that context to be there for it. If it pops up later on. No, I'm sure it will. Like if I'm talking about a show, I'm trying to convince you to watch a show. You're like, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good.
No, We got that like a new sound? We keep talking about all these sound bites that we want to do, but we don't have
Yeah, we could just make that a sound bite.
It's pretty good. Although my guy's Russian, you've got to on some vodka. Yeah. It's pretty good.
That works too. We could have different ones for different moods.
Oh my God, like on a lighter's journey. All these different lighters.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I forgot about that. It comes back and it comes and goes.
I know, that's the next shirt I'm gonna make. I'm gonna go into Canva and do a lighter's journey one.
Yeah. You should. That other shirt, the noodle one's coming along quite nicely.
I know. I like yours though. It's like fresh, delicious. Copywritten.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that you had to have that at the end. Like, just to seal it up.
No, because I could just have it. No, because I'm gonna redo it just the same markup, but just have it say noodle juice at the top, and then at the bottom it'll say that
fresh, tasty.
Yeah, tasty.
Copywritten.
Dude, I was editing some of the audio and I had to cut out some of my laughter because when I make that high-pitched laugh, I sound like a fucking witch or some shit like this.
Oh man, and I was so tempted to just throw a little reverb on there to make it just where you wouldn't even be sure if it was like actually what happened or if I added something, but it was just to add the witch effect to it even more.
No, you should.
No.
Sorry, I ate a really, really, sorry, I'm trying to hurry and chew. I ate a really, really good apple before we had to get on to record. It was like the perfect green apple. It was like the perfect tartness.
Right.
Oh God, a piece of apple just went in my vocal cords. It's like, shut up, bitch. Don't say anything. Don't you tell our secrets.
Well, no, that's funny because I just, there's this smoke shop by my house. And we always buy like those sprays to make, like we go in the bathroom to do our business, smoke weed. And then we use those. And I bought this green apple one like recently. So our house, like every day, it smells like the strongest green apple.
That's
smell.
Funny.
And then you just bring that up, wow, it's meant to be this conversation.
I know that is funny. That's really funny because like that apple was so fucking good, and I got with the peanut butter, it was just heaven. And so I was like, I'm gonna get another apple, and it's not slapping quite as good as the other one.
Right, you're always gonna be chasing that apple peanut butter dragon,
This endless fucking never satisfied. But
you're gonna be homeless by next month. It's like, if I can't find the fucking perfect, it won't slap the same.
Where's the tart?
Where's the tart and the sweet? It was so good.
No, dude, it wasn't any sweet. This one has too much sweet, but the other one had none. It was tart. It was like wintry Russia.
It was like a sweet tart, but fuck the sweet.
Yeah, fuck that sweet. None of that sweet. You ain't good around here no more.
Speaking of eating, I guess.
No, but wait, there was something you said because I muted myself to let you say it because I was chewing, and then but what was it that you were saying? Because I was gonna say something off of that.
I don't know. Like,
are you a horse now?
Yeah, I was. Hey, I don't know. We were talking about you eating an apple. That's what happened.
Actually, I know that is what happened. It totally monopolized the conversation.
It did. And then I went into my agreeing with you because of the scent of a woman. The scent of my bathroom. And then I was gonna, hooah, hooah. You ever seen that movie? Am I just sounding stupid right now, or is that you get the reference?
No, I've never seen that movie, but I'm like aware of it. I've just never watched it.
It's not bad. It's Al Pacino, he's blind, and it's got Chris, the guy who played Robin, which is a terrible career move for him. That ruined his career when he played. He's like, his agent was like, "You should Robin, dude. You're gonna be a household name after this movie." And then he never had like another good movie after that. Chris O'Donnell.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Are you still there?"
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to mute it. I'm trying to chew this apple. This mediocre apple.
Right.
Because
go ahead.
I needed munchies, and I'm I'm gonna make wise choices because.
Right, that was about to say, good. Look at you.
Yeah, look at you. God, sorry.
No, go ahead.
But no, I was just trying to make wise choices.
Speaking of wise choices, I got okay. So in your opinion, I remember you being Like, okay, when it comes to chicken sandwiches, which I'm assuming you eat on occasion still, right?
Yeah.
If there's an option between regular and spicy, which one do you go with?
Spicy,
Normally,
duh.
you're always a spicy. I remember you being a spicy lady. That's a weird way to put it, but I remember you being.
I remember you being spicy.
So okay, so in your opinion, who has the best spicy chicken sandwich?
Oh, hands down, I think would.
Oh,
Well,
you're going hands down. Okay,
maybe like one hand up.
okay, all right, fair enough.
I got one hand in my pocket.
Yeah, yeah.
And the other one is holding a Wendy's chicken sandwich.
Oh, okay, you know what? That's not bad, dude.
But,
Wendy's does make a pretty good one. Jack in the Box.
No, God, no. No.
You're not a fan?
No, I don't like their food. Their food's whack. For chicken sandwiches, I don't know. It's just always been Wendy's that I really love their chicken sandwiches. There's other places that are good, you know?
Right.
McDonald's is okay in a clutch, but I try to steer clear of that shit.
I steer clear. My wife, I'm sure she won't mind me telling her, but a few years ago, because they never go to McDonald's, none of us do, but except for milkshakes. They said they went there for milkshakes several times, which I'm like, liars. Milkshakes at McDonald's? Really? Every time you got a milkshake at McDonald's?
That never happened.
Right, but they said they got it several times. But anyway,
well, they're never working.
Right, that's what they say. That's what I say. But anyway, but the one time they go to get like chicken, and then they were like had food poisoning for like a week and a half, and they got like a chicken. The only thing they ate different than what I got, or that I didn't go to McDonald's at all that day. Freaking that was the McDonald's chicken, and they had food poisoning for like a week and a half. So I do stay clear of McDonald's because of that.
Yeah, I would too. But
back to chicken. Who has the best chicken sandwich? You're saying Wendy's is your probably your hands down, possibly one hand, and still mid level.
I can't think of any others really.
I'm going honestly. So I've recently found like.
Although wait,
yeah,
Popeyes
okay.
has a really good one.
I was gonna say.
When we were in Germany, we had a Popeyes in our fucking parking lot. Okay, it was awesome.
Right.
And their chicken sandwiches, man, I was addicted to those. We got them all the time. The spicy chicken sandwiches,
right.
Extra pickle, motherfucker.
Yes, the extra pickle.
Mm-hmm.
I recently found the KFC. There's a KFC / A&W by my house, and their chickens on Wednesdays they have this deal where you can get a chicken sandwich and a thing of fries for $5. $5 in this economy,
dude. I love A&W. Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're
and
so
their fries.
good.
I was going to say, okay, so next, who has the best French fries in your opinion?
The best French fries? I don't know. I would say I like Wendy's. I like Wendy's all around.
Wendy's was pretty good, dude.
Yeah,
pretty good.
It's pretty good. I like Wendy's a lot for everything.
They're shockingly good, dude.
I got really violently mad at Alan one time because I was pregnant and I was craving just like a Wendy's cheeseburger,
right.
And he told me no. And I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
But the way I was craving, the way the mayo touched the tomato on the fucking lettuce, right. I wanted that, that only Wendy's can provide.
That trifecta of mayo, tomato, lettuce.
Yeah, I mean, obviously on the burger, you want the burger.
Right, no,
it was that texture that I had to have. Yeah, it was that specific.
Yeah, specific.
Oh, by the way, when I edit the audio, sometimes when you say specific, I feel like you should be saying it Pacific. I just expect you to say it. Be more Pacific.
Be more Pacific, but not acknowledge it at all. Like it just
just like it's natural. Yeah, that's how it's said. Yeah, that's how my brain does it. Or maybe I'm just making fun of you in my head. I don't know, but
no, it's definitely the latter. But yeah, it's never said. I've never even. I even say Pacific Ocean. So I've never said Pacific in my life. Never say Pacific. So dude.
They say both of them right.
Both. I do still use an L in both. But dude, so speaking of French fries, I got a quick story. So. I'm probably going to say this several times for the life of this podcast. But...
No, it's okay. You tell your story. I'm going to munch on these chips, so I'm just going to mute you. Or mute me.
Yeah. I'm just all silence and just you chewing. This is the boring part of the podcast. I don't get it. I don't get this segment.
You just have me going, And
Well,
then
that
like
different.
randomly laughing. And then,
Yeah, yeah. And just a new can of dip being opened. But anyway, so like yeah, so but what I was gonna say is I'm probably gonna say this part several times on the podcast, but I was watching a murder documentary because okay, so side note, I got Discovery Plus, the add-on a couple years ago. I think I told you this, but it's amazing. It has all the ID network shows and all stuff like that. And anyway, this particular case was this middle-aged super religious couple. Right, like the husband was like a deacon and the wife was in the choir or something like that. It's a Wednesday night, and 911 receives a phone call from the wife saying like, "Oh, I just got home. My husband's in the front yard, and I think he's been shot with a shotgun. I need an ambulance and police here immediately, whatever." Right. So the police show up, and sure enough, they see this middle-aged man on the floor, on the ground, shot with a shotgun, looks like. And then they go inside to see if maybe it was a burglary gone wrong or something like that. And then on the counter, they see there's a can or a fresh bag of Milos, right? Which is like this popular burger joint in the area. It's like a small town somewhere in like Alabama or Arkansas or something like that. And it's untouched. It's fresh, right? So they take a note of that. And then they go, this doesn't really make sense though, because this is an affluent neighborhood. This is not the hood. Like you're not in the hood or anything like that. So burglary.
Nobody eats this bullshit.
No. They're like a burglary. No. So they're like the burglary at this time wouldn't really make sense. They probably someone would do it during the day. Plus, it doesn't even look like a burglary. Nothing's touched inside. Blah blah blah. So they start talking to the wife. They go like, "What's going on? Like, do you have any enemies? No. Were you seeing anyone? No. Was he seeing anyone else? No." So they're like, "Fuck it. Just run us through your day so we can see what maybe we could get some clues from that, right?" So she's like, "Okay, we went to work around this time. Got home around this time. We talked about our day for a few minutes before we finally got ready for church because it's Wednesday night. So we went. We got ready for church. Went to church. Church service was from 7 to 9." We talked a little bit afterwards. And afterwards, we decided to go to Milo's, for dinner. And he's like, "What'd you guys get?" She's like, "A burger and some fries." All right, cool. And then she's like, then we got home. I went to the fridge, opened up the fridge, noticed I didn't have any orange juice or lunch meat for tomorrow's breakfast and my husband's lunch, respectively. So I decided, I got to go to the store immediately and get this before I forget. So I took off with the keys, went to Walmart, whatever, got back. And when I got back, I realized that, then my husband was dead, right? So I had to call the cops. And then the interview was talking to the detective. The detective's like,
"Wait, hold up. If that story was my story, my friends would all immediately know it was bullshit. They'd be like, she would never leave fresh food."
Dude, okay. You premonition. All right, so basically...
Oh, wait, did I spoil it for you?
So the cop goes... the interview was like... the cop is like... So it was at that moment that we realized that she was definitely involved. And we had to start focusing our investigation fully on her. And then the interviewer's like, off that conversation, like, what was it? And the detective, same thing. He goes, "I got to be honest with you. This probably sounds a little crazy, but it was the Milos." And then the interviewer's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, everybody in town knows that Milos has the best French fries in town. Okay, they're crispy on the outside, they're soft and tender on the outside, or on the inside, and the season they use like a Creole. I don't know what it is, but he's really going in on these fries. He's like, they're so amazing." But everybody in town also knows that once these fries cool down, they're trash. They're cardboard, and you can't save them. You can't put them in the microwave. You can't put them in the oven. You can't. Everyone has a deep fryer here. You can't even do that.
So they're like In-N-Out fries.
Yeah. So like anyone in their right mind would have taken at least he's like, I would understand leaving the burger, but at least the fries. They would have taken the fries with her. She's clearly a murderer because she left the fries. And it was facts, dude. Facts. She was dating some other dude, and she was like distracted because she had to get out of there so this dude could kill her husband. She was distracted because that's why she didn't take the fries. Crazy. So that's why I need to know what fries you think are the best.
What fries I would not commit a murder over. No.
Oh, you would still commit a murder, but you'd be smart enough to take them with you.
Because they're that good.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not. This is clearly a clue.
Yeah, well, I would completely take all the food. Just eat that shit in my.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Okay, best fries. Probably Five Guys or Wendy's. I really love Wendy's.
I've never gone to. I think I've gone to a Five Guys like once. There's weirdly enough, there's a Two Guys over here. I swear, there's a place called.
Three of them quit.
I don't know, but it's pretty underwhelming.
Is it
like
bleak?
Two Guys? Yeah, no, it's like in the mall, but it's just called Two Guys, and I want to say it's an offshoot. I'm not sure exactly, but it's pretty underwhelming, dude.
Yeah,
Two guys.
Only two. That sucks.
Shitty gang. That's not even a gangbang, dude. Come on.
Fast food fries would have to. I do also like Carl's Jr. They got the waffle fries. Those are pretty good. Like you put just a whole ketchup packet on a on a fry.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, I talk. Oh yeah, the actual like
Because the
big, like,
waffle
circle.
fry is
Yeah.
huge. Yeah,
I
it's
see what you're
fucking
saying.
huge. And so I
Yeah.
use a whole ketchup packet on that thing. That's a meal in itself.
It's almost like a what's it called, a hash brown. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do like Carl's Jr. fries. I like Wendy's
Yeah.
and Five Guys. Yeah, those are my
A&W, I'm telling you, was pretty.
dude. A&W. I keep forgetting about them, man.
Yeah.
That
Me
fucking
too. I
that
forgot about them,
sauce,
but
their Papa sauce is so fucking good.
oh, it is good. Yeah, that Papa Burger is actually pretty good. Dude, have you seen the Double Down?
No.
Do you know? Okay, so the Double Down is it's a bacon sandwich, but instead of having bread, it has two chicken breasts for bread.
Jesus.
And yeah, dude, it's amazing. Oh, and it's like cheese. It's like chicken breast, cheese, bacon,
Are you doubling
cheese,
down
chicken,
on a heart attack?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's part of the commercial. That's part of the slogan. But it's like so. But I think it's like a limited time. I don't know if it's always there, and it's like $15 a thing. But it's so good, dude. If you can afford it, if you
Yeah.
can budget
If you can
for
afford
it.
it. Oh wait, you gotta say yours. What are your fries? What are your favorite murder or something?
Oh yeah, no. So
not
yeah,
leaving
so
behind fries.
not even behind. Yeah. There we go. That's what we got to call them. Yeah. So I would say like Wendy's was my top for a while. Surprisingly, I went to a Wendy's one time and I was like, man, these are fucking really good. And every time I went, because consistently they're always good. But then I found out about this deal that this KFC slash A&W. And I don't know, the A&W is kind of winning right now for me.
A&W is good. I love
the fries,
A&W. They are
really
underrated, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I wish there was an A&W up here.
Right. And like I get Burger King fries all the time. They're nothing to write home about. You know,
Yeah,
like
they're nasty. I don't like them. I don't like them, or I steer clear of Burger King and McDonald's as much as I can.
Right.
I don't like that.
I have Burger King more often. For there's like, I don't know, for some reason, and they always give me I always get coupons on the mail for them, so I get theirs a little bit more than I get.
Coupons. People still use coupons.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Hilarious. Yeah. Saving money, that's fucking hilarious. And it's
I mean, it's you would think it. I don't know. I guess how else would they get that to their customer? Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, no, they just come, like, they come in the mail, and then you see them and you're like, oh, you know what, actually, like, you know, it's like $5 off. That you're like, yeah, fuck it, why not? I think around the pandemic is when like my eyes got open to a whole bunch of the world got open to me. I'm like, you know what, fucking, why am I just throwing away these coupons? So I started using those, and then boom, saving me money.
Yeah.
Cool conversation.
I know. I don't really eat out that much at fast food anymore, but usually if I'm gonna get something quick, I like to there's like a sandwich shop in the area that's really good.
All right.
I was out Christmas shopping and I got this. It pissed me off because I just got like a regular size sandwich. Mm-hmm. I didn't get anything on the side, you know. And the fucking sandwich cost $17 fucking dollars.
Bro. So what is
it was so good though. Oh my God. It was worth every penny. I would pay it again to have that sandwich. So good.
Let me ask you this though. When you were buying your sandwich, did it prompt you to give them a tip as well?
I always tip sandwich makers. Yeah.
I don't know. I was at Subway. I was at Subway and it was like, do you want to leave this? That's like their whole I don't know about Subway. I was a little offended at tipping the Subway guy.
Well, if they're shitty at if they're shitty sandwich artists, like kindergarten level sandwich artists,
right?
Then yeah, it kind of is insulting sometimes, you know. Like I don't like that's the thing is people think they're just like entitled to a tip. Like you need to understand what a tip really is.
Right.
You know?
Like if I go like, man, he really put some effort into that sandwich and he cared. He was like, do you want me to toast it before or after I put this guacamole on?
Like, even if he did a shitty job and if he was friendly and engaging,
right, good attitude.
Sure. I'll give a tip, you know?
Right.
And so, yeah, but like, well,
but at like a fancy place, like if it's like a mom and pop kind of steal, of course I'll tip there.
Yeah, totally. But like, I don't know, Subway, yeah, if I had shitty service, I wouldn't tip because it's like your fucking hourly wage. Like, you know, maybe if you want to tip, maybe try earning it, you know?
Yeah.
Like half of them are just so rude, despondent. Right. They don't say, you know, it's just whatever.
Right. It was one of those.
They act like it's such a chore that you're there, you know?
Right. It was me and my other coworker. We went there like in the middle of the day. There was literally no one else there. The guy was like, just like on his phone, you know, whatever. And then he like, you know, like lazily made the sandwich. And then it was like, do you want to give a 15, 20 or 25% tip? I was like, none of these.
Yeah. Well, and see, I used to work at Subway. I worked there before I joined the military.
Sure.
Actually, when I was waiting to go into the military, I was working there. So
Gotcha.
it's like I understand that job. I'm really critical of jobs that I've done.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
And
Same
so
here too.
yeah, so I'm like really critical of that. And that's why I will always tip sandwich people, always.
Okay. All right.
But
You got
like
a little
places,
bias in your heart.
yeah, and like, but other places, not real, but like
Yeah.
actual sit down restaurants always tip,
Oh,
bartenders
of
always
course,
tip.
of
You know
course.
what I
If
mean?
it's a
Always,
waiter
always.
situation or somebody that or server or waiter, yeah, of course I'll tip there. But if it's just like,
I thought you said a wiener situation.
yeah, if it's a weird situation, you got it just to tip it. You know what I'm saying? You get it?
Just the tip.
Just to tip it. But
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 no,
no, if
yeah,
it's
totally, yeah.
yeah, but if it's just like a place where like if I go to a coffee shop and they hand me the coffee, they're like tip. I'm like what? No.
Yeah, like if they act like that kind of irritates me. Like I'd rather tip because I want to, not
Right. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you're bullying me into it. Because when
Right.
you're
Right.
bullying me into it, I'm
Right.
not gonna do it.
I shut
No.
down. I
Yeah,
shut
I'm like,
down.
fuck you. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not. I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah. Exactly. Racist machine. My 1992 hearts. So I had this thought of like I guess it'd be a thought of the day for me, and
Thought of
like
the day.
yeah, there's gonna be a I'm gonna keep that, but then there's gonna be the sound effect I have too, and I think together we got a sound, dude. We got a sound bite. But anyway, you're just
What?
live making your own sound bites.
I love all your horse sounds.
No, I actually have a pet. I didn't tell you I got a pet horse. But anyway, so with the football seats, because this is I don't know when this is going to come out, but right now we're recording this. Is going to be the last week of the official football season. And I was just thinking about this, like when it comes to a sports team, it doesn't have to be football, but just any sports team, is the loyalty to the team or to the city? You know what I mean?
Um,
Like for instance, I'll give you an example. Like the Raiders, they start off in Oakland, and then when we were alive, when we were they were in L.A. right, and then they moved back to Oakland, and now they're in Las Vegas. And everyone I know who was a Raiders fan has been a Raiders fan the entire time, right? But then you got like the Chargers when we were in San Diego. Everyone was a Chargers fan. The second they moved to LA, everyone was like, "Fuck the Chargers." So I don't like, I don't know.
yeah,
If
but
it's
that's the thing is nobody was a fucking Chargers fan in San Diego.
true. They're all fake. They're all pretty shitty. They were good. They're happy when they were winning, and then I would say those decals came
Don't
off
get
the
me
truck
wrong,
so
I've been to
fast.
Chargers games and they're fun as fuck, dude. I love live.
Did go? Oh, I'm so. I never went. I was like, I'm not
Oh,
going.
no way. Yeah, I've been to I think I've been to one or two,
Really?
but they were so much fucking fun.
I bet, dude.
I love it. Yeah.
And then, dude. So I was just gonna say, like a couple of years ago, I looked up because I live like.
And I will say
But-
this too. Sorry,
No.
but at the same time, like I'm a Steelers fan through and through. But
Sure.
like I still liked watching the Chargers play because that's the home team. You know
Right.
what
No,
I
that
mean?
was
And I
cool.
still-
Yeah, that's
and I
cool
still
to be like.
supported them.
I lived there.
Yeah.
I could drive to the stadium from my house. You know what I mean? Which is kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Hmm.
And like I was saying, like right now, that's what I'm kind of mad I never went to one because that's the closest I've been. Like right now, currently, I live like 2.5 hours away from Seattle, 3 hours, maybe something like that. And so I looked up tickets a few years ago just to see how like ballpark it and just to step into the stadium, like the most nosebleed tickets you can
Football
get.
park
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
like to stadium it.
Yeah, exactly. Just like $360 plus tax before tax.
Just for one ticket.
Just for one ticket, just to like and they go up from there.
Jesus.
So yeah, I'm pretty upset, and yes, it's pretty sad. I never went to like. Did you hear about that Chiefsaholic? Have you seen that documentary?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it was like okay. So I'll give you the brief rundown. It's basically this super fan. His name was Chiefsaholic, and he would like dress like a werewolf, and he'd wear like Chiefs shit. And he would go to games, and he had like a social media presence, and like he would make big bets at these games, and like people loved him. And here's a side note: the Chiefs fan base is called the Kingdom, right? Which why not the tribe, right? They're the
I
Chiefs,
know, yeah,
but the
yeah.
Kingdom. But anyway, and then so everyone's like, "This guy's amazing," until he got arrested as a suspect in a bank robbery. And then they're like, well, that does make sense. How was he going to all these games? He went to like every home game, and like I said, tickets are like $360 and up just for a home game. He was at playoff games, and it turns out this guy was just like robbing banks for years
Wow.
to fund his lifestyle. Then yeah, it's pretty wild.
So what you're saying is I need to start robbing banks.
But you have to have, or like also I found out with this like was it Luigi Mangione? Like, if you're gonna murder somebody, be really good looking. That helps. You know what I'm talking about?
Check.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, all right. What else? What else are you saying I need? Because I already got that one down.
I'm good.
Yeah. But you know what I'm talking about, right? That healthcare murder guy. What? You don't know? You didn't hear about that?
No.
Oh shit! Yeah, that it's
Jog
huge,
my memory.
it's a jog. It's a jog. God damn it! You said jog, and I can't stop saying jog.
It's actually pronounced yog. It's
Yog,
a soft
so-
J.
It's a huge story, but it's like, okay, so this guy murdered the head of United Healthcare, the CEO of United
Oh,
Healthcare.
that story. Okay, I haven't really
Yeah.
got into it. I didn't even know the guy. Okay, so yeah.
No, I saw like a small like 2020 thing about it. And the guy looks like Dave Franco is.
No, I know what he looks like. I've seen
Yeah, he's fucking handsome as shit. Yeah, well, anyway, he looks like, so but I'm saying if he looked terrifying, or if he looked like he was off his meds, like no one would be supporting him, but people are supporting the fuck out of him right now.
Yeah, because it's because he's good looking, so all the girls are like,
I know. That's what I'm saying.
It's like when Ted Bundy was alive, all the girls were like,
right, yeah. All they would talk about, man, he's so handsome. It's like, yeah, okay.
He also killed people.
Yeah, a lot. And other stuff. It wasn't just.
Well, and his last victim was a little girl. Like, you don't want that guy.
It didn't help that they got freaking Handsome McHansington to play him in that fucking. What's his name? He's got a square ass jaw. He was a Disney dude. Fuck, I know. You know his name. He was in 17. Efron, Jack Efron. There we go. Yeah.
Jack Efron.
Zac Efron. Mike Efron. Some Efron.
Yeah, Jack Efron. That's the guy.
Just some dude that works at Taco Bell. So I have this app on my phone. It's called Newsbreak, and it's the only app on my phone that I allow to give me notifications. So every morning I just wake up with random notifications, a bunch of news stories. But the thing is, it's never the full description. I can only read like half of the description, right? And so one that caught my eye was it said public calls for OnlyFans ban after model Lily Phillips, and it says ... And I was like, well, what is it? Do you know have you heard of Lily Phillips?
I've not.
So was I muted right there? Or are you still eating?
No, I was fanning my closet because I took a hit.
Okay. Well, anyway, I just heard fans. I shut down for a second.
They're like, it's like fucking nom.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a Creedence.
We gotta tell that fan story, by the way.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We can like finish the episode with that one. But anyway, so this Lily Phillips character, I guess, much like Cruella DeVille, she wanted to use 101, but instead of going with Dalmatians, she went with dicks. And then so her claim to fame was she fucked 101 dudes in one day. And that's not the reason they wanted to ban OnlyFans, though. The reason the public wanted to ban OnlyFans, though, is because she did an interview later on where she expressed remorse. And she was like, it's not for the faint of heart. It was really intense, a lot more intense than I was expecting.
Did it touch you in your special place?
Yeah. And people were like, she's a victim and this and that. She made like $2 million off it, by the way. But they're like, she's a victim.
She's having horror remorse. You know?
Well, here's the thing, though. When I was like, I'm not buying it, was because after this interview, she goes, well, my next conquest is to do 1,000 in one day.
That's the story I heard. That's the story I heard. Because when you said that, I was like, that's like this thing I saw. This chick wanted to like rail 1,000 dudes or something in a day.
And so that doesn't sound like a victim.
And that's the same chick. Okay.
Same chick, yeah. She started off. She already did the 101, and then she was like, "That was intense, but I can go bigger." I mean, I made I think she made over $2 million off just that. So I don't know. Add a zero to that, I guess. I'm not sure if you'll get more for.
I mean, I wonder how. It's just how much of a gape that pussy must be.
Well, here's the thing, though. So I'm not sure you remember this, but back
and what number of guy are you like? Oh, I'm. Well, here's the thing. 77.
Right.
And could you fuck a chick? I'm sorry, I have so many questions. Could you fuck a chick who just got railed 875 times before you?
800. I said 300 people, but Jesus. Oh, you're talking about on the 1,000.
Yeah,
oh,
when she does 1,000 guys, so they're all
let me get to
lined up, ready to go. Like, would you be able to go and fuck a chick that did that many guys like that?
No, absolutely not. But let me make this point real quick. So there was this other chick, her name back in the 90s, her name was Jasmine St. Clair, and she was very famous. She was like on Howard Stern and all this shit because she did 300 guys in one day, quote unquote, right? And like she was like, what she did was she put out this like, you know, ads in like adult TV, like, you know, you could like back in the day, I guess you could go to like
no, I know there's classified ads and shit. I know, yeah.
And then all that shit, and she went up, but just like Howard Stern. And anyway, 300 guys showed up and were like in a line ready, and that was the whole story. It was like 300 guys, and like she was like, you know, airtight, where she did, you know, every hole plus both hands like that. But then later on, like more recently, now that she's older, she finally was like, actually, in reality, it was maybe like 20 to 30 guys that we just kind of rotated because there was no way that many guys wanted to do that, and we're like going to be porn star ready with like rock hard dicks to be able to. So we 300 guys maybe wanted to, but that's not what actually happened. There was no way that 300 guys weren't ready to be porn stars that day. So I don't know, 1,000.
That's crazy.
Fine, actually,
30 guys is still crazy. Could you be guy number 30?
No, I couldn't even be guy number 2. Like that'd be
right. Like
not for me. Not for me. Not for me.
Yeah,
not for me. But I don't want that to be my you know, my 15 minutes anyway. So number 57. You know,
come on down. Come on down.
No pun intended. Okay, the pun was intended. Who are we kidding?
Oh, that reminds me. I got these shirts for Christmas for Max and I got this shirt that says "Intend your puns, you cowards."
Perfect.
Yeah, I love it.
What were you gonna say about? Oh yeah, you said you had more. Yeah, you said you had questions. There's multiple.
Oh no, just like from the viewpoint. I don't know. I mean, there's some guys that all they care about sex, you know. So it's like,
it's just a whole, and yeah, right, yeah. Because I've definitely met guy. I remember I was in the Navy with this one guy that was like confused that I hadn't like gang banged with my friend. Like, you've never gang banged a chick with your friends? Like he was like, I was the weirdo. Yeah, so I guess it's like a common. Maybe I am the weirdo but that's not for me. And then also, so I went down a rabbit hole based off that story, and I found this other interesting story real quick. There was this female cop. She was a 41-year-old female cop, 21 or 44-year-old cop, 21-year veteran of the Colorado Aurora Police Department, had to resign after the police department started an investigation on her second career, which I'm guessing you can probably guess what her second career
was.
Close. She decided to do porn. Okay, so basically what happened is somehow she had $200,000 worth of property damage after a storm. So she was like, "Oh my god! First of all, $200,000 in property damage. That's a pretty nice property, dude." And here's the thing: she did 5 porn videos and made plenty of that money back. 5. So I mean, like, yeah, you know, like I'm not sure how good the police department was paying her, but and then so I'd probably still. And if you see the picture of her, you're like, I could see her doing porn. Yeah,
that's funny. Well, I mean, some people just have secret lives, you know.
Sure. Well, if you're curious, the cop's real name is Shannon Laughlin. But
did you look her up? Did you watch her porns?
I didn't. I saw the thumbnails. I didn't actually watch them. But I didn't have time. But
no. You didn't have time. Were you done by then?
yeah. I saw this. I mean, I'm telling you, I saw the screenshot. You know,
I just got as far as the thumbnail.
And then, but her stage name, if you will, is Lady Lorraine. But like rain is spelled like rain, like a rain over a palace, you know,
like
reign over an empire, Lady Lorraine. Right. But I'm telling you, man, like isn't that crazy though? Like you bang a guy for money with a camera involved, pay off all of your damages, do it without a camera involved, and you could spend time in jail. You know what I mean? Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm. That is
loopholes. So yeah, if you're ever out looking for a prostitute, just
that could be a thing. Loopholes with your other holes.
There we go. What would be the sound effect for that? Just like
a.
I was thinking like that slime sound from like that 90s,
or like a pole whistle.
There you go. Yeah. I can't do it, but I know exactly what you mean. Damn it, I know that sound. A slide whistle, right? It's like a slide whistle. I
Yeah.
think, yeah. But yeah, I know
Or
exactly.
the sound that people do when they drag their finger out of their mouth to make that pop, you know?
Yeah, that's going to be the ending. It's going to be a slide whistle and then
And then
that.
I'll pop.
Yep. Yep. We nailed it. Figured it out.
Yep.
Marked that when putting that in the notes. Slide whistle, finger pop, and okay.
For our loopholes with your holes.
Loophole, our whole segment. Ah, man. So yeah, if you're ever out there, trying to solicit a prostitute, just make sure you have a camera on you, a video camera, and you can weasel your way out of that one. Too clever, too late, too late.
Too late. Pew, 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 pew.
I want to say yesterday, saw that a very similar video. I didn't have the Benjamin line, but where they just took out everything in there, and it was so satisfying to watch that. Them just cleaning, like it was like, oh, it was so dirty, and now it's not. Man.
Yeah, I like watching power washing videos for that. I'm like, or like those fucking carpet cleaning ones too, where they clean the rugs. That shit's fascinating.
I bought this game maybe like a year or two ago. It was called Power Wash Simulator. It's on the Xbox, but dude, it was like $20. So satisfying, dude. You sit there with a power washer, and like the more you move on, you can upgrade your power washer. You get different nozzles, dude. It's nasty. It's nasty. And it kills so much time.
You are such a dad. You're like, dude, old man.
Shut up.
Video games.
You and I would have loved that game. I'm telling you, Poggle.
Get Pagel. Oh my god.
Power Wash Simulator would have been like, it would have knocked Pagel out of there, dude. He would have been like, fuck Pagel. Power Wash Simulator.
Do you have like challenges and shit that you power?
Yeah, like like basically like you start off. You get like a basic power washer, and some guys like, hey, I need my thing power washed, and I'll let you use my power washer, and I'll pay you for it. So that's how you start, and then you buy your own power washer, and then they get like more and more bigger projects, and then like, yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, but it's pretty fucking satisfying.
Yeah, I feel you. I could see that. I like the videos, so doing it digitally can't be half bad.
Yeah, you're like the kid who watches other kids play Minecraft right now. But
I like the videos of people doing the lawn care too, like
those are the
manicuring yards and like
we are at that age, dude. Because those are any video where like they transform any transformation video. I feel it just kind of works for me at this point in my life. Like we're like, damn man, it looked one way and now it does. Like I was a big fan of Transformers as a kid, so maybe it's my whole life.
Well, I also love detailing videos when the people detail cars. It like blows my mind what they can. Because there's some I'm like, ew, that's fucking disgusting. And I'm like, you're never going to get that out. And it looks like a brand new car.
Yeah, you're like, bullshit. Dude, sometimes I'm like, nah, dude, they fucking got a different car. But now, because sometimes you're like, what kind of soap is that they're using, dude? There's no fucking way.
There was one technique somebody asked in the comments. They're like, how did you get all the pet hair out like that good? And he said he puts a drill on the carpet to make it vibrate, and so it lifts the stuff, and so he comes along with the vacuum. So to our listeners, if you have pet hair,
that does work. That actually does work. That
like to make it, to get because it makes it lift so that the vacuum can get it. I was like,
son of a bitch. All right.
I know. I'm like, all right, I'm doing it.
All right, co-sign.
You talked me in.
Or also, one of my favorite, sorry, I'm so excited, but one of my favorite videos are like the ones where it's just like a painting video, where like it just starts off with like a blank canvas, and then someone just draws some like random shit on there, and they just keep on adding to it. And the next thing you know, it's like this beautiful, like realistic face. Mm-hmm. Those are my favorite.
I know, I like watching them get the like using. I watched this one video where they had white, lavender, and olive color, and they painted Caucasian skin with it. And I was just so fascinated with, because color theory and mixing and all that shit.
Right, yeah.
I was just so fascinated with how they got there, and then like where to put it on the face. Because I'm like trying to learn how to paint faces right now, and yeah, it's fascinating to me. So I know, watching that shit's really fascinating.
Whenever my kid, she's always bored. Well, the boredom, people being bored, is how they figured out where to put all those weird fucking colors on the face and painting. You know what I mean? Like without being bored, they know how. Because I'm like, how does someone figure out like how to put olive and what white and whatever the fuck colors you said, and where to put them on the face to contour that Caucasian face to look perfectly? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's because they were bored. They didn't have shit else to do. They didn't have fucking TikTok and shit. So they're just like, I guess I'll just fuck around with this weird paint and oh shit, is that Gary? Hell yeah. Exactly like Gary.
Gary?
Exactly like Gary, dude.
It's a stunning likeness.
Yeah. Nailed it, dude. Nailed it.
Now I'm bored.
Yeah, now I'm bored. God, I guess
I'm going to paint Dan.
Yeah, yep. And Dan looked pretty accurate too. But it took several years of being bored.
Dan looked a little drunk, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's Dan.
That's Dan, you know? Dude, never mind. I already know that.
Dude, never mind me. Fuck,
Well, no,
dude, where's my car?
I was gonna ask if you saw Tag, but like I think we talked about this like a million times. That movie Tag.
I have seen it, but I don't think. Did we talk? When did we talk? We've only had two podcasts like, a million times.
No,
Our
I
last
meant
two
on
podcasts.
Messenger. Like we've already talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah, we can rediscuss it on air. I don't. Yeah, okay. So, oh, you know what? I have seen both of these, but Have you seen Ricky Stenicki?
Ricky Stenicki.
So okay, so I confuse Tag and Ricky Stenicki because I think does Tag have who's in Tag?
John Hamm. Yeah, Hannibal Buress is in it. John Hamm.
Okay.
I don't know his name, but he's in New Girl. And
Jake.
Yeah,
Jake,
that guy. Yeah, Jake or Jackson or something like that.
Johnson. Not Jack. So Jake Johnson. So it's not the singer. That's Jack Johnson. So Jake Johnson. All right, go
Jake
ahead.
Johnson. Yeah, something like that. And he's in it. And then who are the other ones?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, dude. I don't remember. Hold on, I'll look it up real quick. Hey, Dave, go ahead and look that up for me. Ed Helms.
What?
Ed Helms.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's in it. And then
Little Ray Howery. Anyway, so so not the same, even similar. But anyway, Ricky Stenicki is basically this movie where like these three friends, but it has like a similar kind of dynamic. These three friends, they make up when they're kids. They make up a fourth friend who they just like blame shit on, and if they ever have to, and when they grow up, if they ever like want to go do something without telling their partners, they just like make up that Ricky Stenicki, their friend, has cancer, or they have to go visit with whatever. But then it comes to a point where they have to like
produce Ricky
Stenicki. Yeah. So then they go and hire an actor who's John Cena. John Cena actually does fucking crush it, dude. But anyway, it's like John Cena pretending to be this.
He is horrible.
Yeah, no.
He's a horrible actor. Like he was in Daddy's Home, and man, he was horrible, and he pissed me off. I was like,
no, he does that.
Horrible.
Yeah, he did that. That's why I made a special note to say he actually does a good job in this one because if he did good jobs in the other ones, I wouldn't have had to. But I was like, yeah, he sucks.
I wouldn't have had to.
He sucks in pretty much everything. Most everything else, but this one he kind of, and it's got God damn it, there's a redheaded comedian,
Carrot Top.
Yeah, that's it. Dave, go ahead and look that up for. I wish I had like an assistant named Dave. I could just, hey Dave, go ahead and look that up for me. No, so it's got
Get IMDb. Do you have that app?
Yes, Andrew sent. How dare you? Of course, that's what I look up everything on.
How dare you?
How dare you? Andrew Santino. I'm not sure even know who he is, but he's a like redheaded comedian. He has a podcast called like the something with a ginger title. I don't know anything about this guy actually. Now I think about it. No, but he's actually really funny and he's in it. Why I brought this all up is because those two movies, the kind of dynamic of the four friends, kind of remind me of. So I sometimes confuse which one's which.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean, like scene, like plot lines, I guess you could say. But anyway, what were you going to say about the movie Tag?
I don't know.
Have you seen it? Okay, cool. Yeah, moving on.
I think that's why.
You were gonna bring it. That's like my go-to now, I guess.
I need to learn that the sound that they make with their mouth when they're trying to call the horse over, where they're like.
Yeah. No, it's pretty close. That's pretty close. Pretty accurate.
Come here, Galen. Gay.
He always comes when he emphasizes the gay. Too clever. Too late. Too late.
Too late. Pew, 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 pew.
I heard someone say like one of the hardest things about doing the cold plunge is not telling everybody that you do the cold plunge.
Oh, if I did a cold plunge, you bet your ass I'm going to tell everybody about it. Like, fuck that, you know?
That's the hardest part about not, you know what I mean? But like, that's what it is.
Well, yeah,
like, everyone just wants to be like
really intense, you know? I've always wanted to try it, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Right. Yeah.
I also
Right.
read somewhere, or no, I watched a video and I've read somewhere too about it that they said you can have the similar benefits of like the neurological benefits of doing the cold plunge just by dunking your face in ice water for 30 seconds.
Right.
Or do
What I
it
do
for
is
as
I
long
just
as you can, without drowning
right.
yourself.
Right.
So I'm
Well,
like, if I could
obviously,
just if I could just dunk my face
well,
and
you have
not
to do it
put
until
my
you pass
whole
out for the benefits
yeah,
to
you have to like go dark, and then don't worry, you'll fall and then you'll hit your head
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah.
probably breathe again.
But make sure you don't have anyone with you. Make sure you do this alone.
No, you need a
But
spotter.
yeah. But no. What I do is I just turn like the cold water at the end of a shower. I just turn all the way cold. I get a euphoric feeling after it. I'm sure it
Um,
does. It's therapeutic. Whatever.
I took a bite of an apple. Um, I never know when you're like trailing on.
Right. Were you sponsored by apples this episode or what?
Yeah, Granny Smith. You didn't realize.
Yeah. And it's so delicious and filling, but just so good for you as well. Granny Smith, just saying. Man, I just can't stop taking bites of this delicious Granny Smith apple.
It's good. It's not as good.
Right, right.
No, but I can never tell when you're like trailing on with a fucking thought.
I know. So, so as far as I know, fucking thought. As far as so as a Granny Smith, your favorite. God damn it, your favorite fruit, Jesus. Your favorite is that Granny Smith? Your
Did you
favorite
just call
fruit?
me a faggot?
Yeah, I don't know what I did, but it sounded offensive. It sounds like I owed you an apology.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about calling you whatever I just called you. But,
You're not a faggot.
yeah, you're not a faggot. Oh, yeah, did I tell you that? To build hot air balloons, they used to use faggots.
Oh, I didn't know you built hot air balloons.
Yeah. Me and my people, the originators. No, but like that's what they use.
Is that what was on your cape? The originators.
Right. Yeah, the originators. We wore capes while we were making it. That's wow.
Well, yeah,
the 20s. Yeah. Jazz it up. Yeah. Yeah, we're not just gonna wear jeans. But anyway, like no, that's what the material was, which it was like sticks, and it's a term for like it's a perm term. That's just my contribution to the. But yeah, well, okay. So what is your favorite fruit? If we're talking about fruits, is Granny Smith what you're going with?
Well, my favorite apple is Granny Smith. Yeah, hands down, Granny Smith. Yeah. But my favorite fruit, I really love berries. I like strawberries and raspberry. I love like fresh raspberries that you put in the freezer.
Yeah, no, freezer berries are pretty great, dude. Do you like have a lot of berry picking opportunities in your area?
Yeah, there's like wild berries everywhere.
Okay, yeah, we do too.
All over. It's like a weed,
Yeah, exactly. It's like a bush, if you will.
Everywhere, everywhere. And they like new vines just creep up in the middle of my fucking lawn. It's just great sometimes.
Did you guys have like a lot of deer out there too?
Yeah, and I think it's the crows though that are spreading the wild berry. They spread the
So
wild
does
berries.
like the bird, like in berry season, does like the bird shit turn a different color? Because our bird shit turns a different color.
I don't really notice bird shit color changing.
Well, no, it's because, okay, so the reason I noticed is, so these guys at my work almost got in a fight because like this one guy where he lives near a berry farm, and this one guy's car was like covered in what looked like people were throwing berries at his car. So he almost got in a fight with this other guy. He's like, "You fucking throwing berries in my car?" But then we realized that like other people, there was like bird shit, and then I guess the birds eating the berries turned the bird shit a different color.
Oh, interesting.
That's how I know that. It's not just like I'm like,
wow, dude,
observing bird shit, just on my spare time.
I was taking my studies to the next level.
And let me tell you, they got there. Too clever, too late, too late. Too late. Pew, 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 pew. I don't know, but I'll tell you. Let's go ahead and I'll tell the fan story because I'm in the mood to tell the fan.
Oh
story.
my god, the fan story, yeah.
So let's start off. So at this point, you and I have been living together for I don't know, maybe 6 months at this point when this happened. Here's the thing: when we get further into the story, you're gonna realize I have fucking no idea, but I know it was at least.
I know I'm
while.
trying to get your side because I have bits and pieces of the story. I forget.
So here's my side. You're looking at boom, 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 boom. Here's my side of the story. It was we'd been living together for like a long time, right? And there was a whole side of our kitchen wall that was just covered in your shit, right? And at one point, I had some stuff there, but it was a friend of mine's, and her mom had came to pick all that up. So it was all your stuff aside from one fan that I had put there. And granted, this fan we had the reason it was not plugged in and we were enjoying the benefits of this fan is because it had sparked one time. So we are like, I don't know, maybe let's hang out on the fan, right? But that was the only thing. So this particular day,
I know didn't it have a flame come out of it?
It sparks. The flames are debatable here, but we'll get there.
Or maybe I'm just over dramatizing it from my point.
There was flames. And like,
side.
I swear I saw a demon's face. Came
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but anyway, so my fans like it was a tiny spark, and like I heard it go like, "I'll work later." I heard it whisper that, so I put it in the corner. That was the only thing that I had in that corner. Now, granted, it was a Saturday morning. I wake up and I start drinking immediately, and like they were like, it wasn't like Pat's Blue Ribbon. It was like tiny wines, these tiny little
alcoholic wines, that you hide in your bedroom.
yeah. I had plenty of those. They're Chardonnay.
Hide in your backpack,
Hide them, and yeah, you could hide them anywhere. Really.
Oh yeah, totally.
Anyway, I had several of those, so I was just downing these, and then I kind of come out to you, and you're just like putting all your shit outside because here's the thing: you refused to take your shit to the trash. You're like, I'm not taking. I don't take my shit to the trash. So I was like, all right, well, you know what? At least she's getting it out of the house. So I will go ahead and take all of her stuff that she wants to throw away to the trash for her, as a friend and a roommate, a confidant. The Golden Girl song was playing in the background.
You shut up. You were cleaning the kitchen and you were already taking trash out. So I was like, will you take this out?
I know. Okay, well, whatever. I'm just saying I was but I was taking your trash too, right? And then I'm sitting outside, but you're also putting trash outside and expecting me to take it out, right? This is my side of the story, right? So then you're doing this. So
no, I'm saying my side agrees with your side. You were totally doing that. Yes.
All right. Fucking order in the court. So then I go outside to smoke a cigarette. And as I'm outside to smoke a cigarette, you like the bold motherfucker that you are, you come out with this fan of mine and you like plop it down. Very, very like, yeah.
This broken fan.
My side, your honor. You'll have your chance to talk. So anyway, so my it's still my one fan. That was the only thing that was over there.
Oh, and then shut up.
you go. All right, well, get to throwing this away, you fucking slave of mine. Not gonna even say that, but you're like, go ahead. There's your shit to throw away, and I'm like, whoa. And mind you, again, I've been like 4 tiny wines down already. So I'm like, whoa. What do you think you're doing? Fucking putting my fan out here, like just leave. Why are you dealing with my shit? Blah blah. And you're like, well, it's broken. And I'm like, yeah, but it's the only thing that's out there. Like, don't worry about it. And you're like, why don't you just put it in your room? And I'm like, dude, I'm not putting it in my room, motherfucker. Blah blah. Right. And then so I end up putting it back inside. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go smoke another cigarette. I need to calm down from all this fan drama. So I go outside, smoke another cigarette, and then I come back inside and I notice that the fan isn't where I just put it. And I'm like, this is not a big apartment. There's only so many locations where it could be. So I'm like, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she put it in the kitchen. So I go in the kitchen about 2 seconds. I'm like, that's not it. So then I go around the corner. I'm like, did she maybe put it in the bathroom? Not in the bathroom. And then I see my door and it's like always closed. But at this point, it was like cracked. Which is like even more like ominous. And then I open up the door and the fan's like facing me, almost taunting me. Like it's like almost smiling at me, like, yeah, bitch. And I fucking lose my mind. And then I just go in the room in the kitchen. I start grabbing all of your boxes and just start putting them in your room. I'm like,
no, you didn't. No, you didn't. No.
Okay.
No.
Go ahead.
No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I did that. Yes. I was like, because what? Fuck. Because we argued about the fan because you were already throwing shit away. And I was like, let's throw this away too. It's fucking broken, taking up space. And you would not take it. You're like, no, it's my fan. And I'm like, but it's broken. You're like, no, it's not. He's like, I'm going to still use it. And I'm like, it's smoked and had flames. And we were arguing about that. Right. And then you were like, it's my fan. I'm not throwing it away. And you put it inside. And I was like, okay, motherfucker. And then I put it, we argued about it being in your room then because I was like, look, then it's not going to take up space. And then, of course, you bitched about my stuff, being in the kitchen. And then I went inside and I put it in your room because I was like, fuck you, you're not taking up space.
Right.
If it's broken, like if it's broken, then you house it, you know?
Right.
I was like, fuck you. And
Right.
so I put it in there and then I can't remember what I did. I think I did go back out to smoke and like taunt you, you know? I can't
Mm,
remember because I left my room unguarded.
first mistake.
And you went and you put every fan in the apartment in my room.
I did something. I just started putting shit in your room. Like you're gonna
No, it
everything in
was
your
just
room.
no, you put every fan. That
I don't
was
remember what it was. I just remember I
no,
started putting
I'm
shit in your
telling
room.
you what it was. You put every fan. There was like 3 or 4 of them. And I was fucking livid.
Yeah.
And I like came out in a tire just yelling from my fucking
From your
chest.
soul, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. And like, remember, we got like really close and I almost punched you.
Yeah. And I braced for it. I was like, I'll fucking take a punch.
I know. I like balled up my fist a little bit. I was like, I'm gonna hit this guy.
Mm,
I think
yeah.
I'm gonna hit this guy.
Yeah. And I was like, fucking
And
fans.
I know. And then I can't remember what. And it was funny because Max was playing video games, just minding his own
Yeah. And he's
business.
like, Jesus. We look over. He's like, God.
I know. And I'm like,
Get it together, adults.
I know. Or like, sorry.
Yeah, we're bad. We're terrible. Yeah, I think that's what like brought us back to our senses. We're like, oh my god, we're fucking. What are we doing over
I know.
fans?
I know. Over fans.
Yeah.
I can't remember what compromise we came to and how, because I remember you kept the fan, but you ended up keeping it in your room. And I remember it kept like leaning like a cholo, you know,
Right.
and it was just hanging on for dear life. Would not throw it away. I
No.
think at that point it was out of spite.
You think it would? What else would it have been out of?
That shit
But yeah,
was so fucking funny. I think it was really funny. Like I laugh about it now. I mean, it bothered me at the time, but even at the time, I was like, "Oh, that's clever." Like, that's
no,
good.
no, yeah. The whole thing was
I
the
was
whole
like,
thing was
checkmate. I was like, he got me.
no.
Like,
It was a
damn, he
back
got
and
me.
forth. It was a back and forth of like, oh you motherfucker, oh you motherfucker, oh really? You're gonna go there? Oh, and they just like escalated to just like the most ridiculous
I know. I think that's
fan
why I
fight.
came yelling in your face because I knew you won, and I was pissed because that was a good check.
You're like, what am I gonna? How am I gonna top that?
I know. I was like, that's a good checkmate, you fucker.
I almost punched you for that fucking chest move. But yeah, that was like our biggest. That was like our biggest fight was over a broken fan. To be doing
I know.
tiny wines, dude. Tiny wines. I don't recommend them at 11 a.m.
Yeah, it's like crack. No.
Yeah,
To have a knack for I learned a lot about
knack
my
for crack.
It's like Whitney's new version. So
Yeah,
crack
dude.
is whack.
I was
got a
thinking the
knack for
same thing,
crack.
dude. I just saw some couple documentaries about her. Fuck, like she really Bobby Brown. Like meeting Bobby Brown is what fucked her life up. To be honest with you, it's
Exactly. Are you serious? Yeah, totally. Totes, man. I know. That's what's sad is she was such a great performer. She was so
Dude.
beautiful and she was so talented.
like her first album had like 7 back-to-back #1 hits. It was like still breaks a record breaking to this day.
Mm-hmm. I know, it's
and
crazy.
yeah, and you listen to it, you're like, man, every one of these songs is fucking incredible. God, this one was from the same. This one was from that too. Oh shit! And
It's
it met
just-
Bobby Brown and just fucking crack.
I know it's
Never
a
did
poster.
anything again.
It's just the letting pieces of shit guys,
Yeah, he was
dating
because he
below
was
your
jealous.
class.
Yeah, he was jealous of her. He was jealous of her. He was jealous of how famous and how beloved she was, and then he just kind of like brought her down with him.
Yeah, it's too
It's
bad.
fucked up. Yeah. So have you seen? Have you seen any new? Do you ever watch that show, Squid Game?
No, but
Man.
I did see a really good one. That one with what is his name? David something or other. It's called Good Grief. It's about his husband dies, but he finds out his husband had somebody on the side. But then you find out they had an open relationship. And so it's really complicated, but it's just like, I don't know, grief and stuff about grief, like the grieving process, with death and everything, just instantly, makes me cry. Like watching people grieve, it's just too much.
Oh yeah, it's got that guy from Schitt's Creek, right?
Yeah.
Dan Levy,
It
whatever.
was so good. Yeah,
Dan
Dan
Levy.
Levy. He wrote it and directed it, and
Oh shit, okay.
I was very impressed with how he told this story. Like it was very beautifully done to where I want more of the character, and it's a really good story. The way he wrote it, I'm just really impressed. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So I mean, I think it's one of the ones that I have like on my list. You have like, one time I'll put a show on. Like,
Yeah.
I'll watch it eventually, and then sometimes it
I
never
was
gets
in
watched.
I was in need of a cry, so I put
Hmm.
that on. I kind of saved that one because I knew I was gonna cry watching it. I mean,
Right.
duh, the
Right.
content, whatever. So I'm
Hmm.
like, so I put it on and I did. I cried. It was great.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I can't. I figured out I can't watch a man cry on screen without me like tearing up too. I'm like, fuck. It's every time.
Oh, old people for me, dude. If I see an
Yeah.
if I see an old
people.
man, crying, oh yeah,
Old man. Oh, there's no way.
yeah, no way. Mm-mm.
Waterworks, dude. For sure.
Oh yeah, instant waterworks.
Too clever. Too late. Too late.
Too late. Pew, 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 pew.
And it's okay. That's so weird though that they're rehashing Robert Downey Jr. to play Doctor Doom. Like, and it's another
Wait,
Marvel.
what?
Yeah. So like, you know how that one what's his name, Jonathan Majors was supposed to be like the new head of the bad guy for the new stages of the MCU, but then he had that whole scandal where everyone like just dropped him. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Okay, so there's like I think like Ant-Man or whatever. There's this actor named Jonathan Mayers. He was like in the new he's become this big actor, black guy. He was like the new bad guy for the MCU. Anyway, they had a bunch of movies set up for him to be the new bad guy. Anyway, he had this big scandal where like he was like domestic violence or whatever, and like his agents dropped him, Marvel dropped him, all that stuff. So they canceled all those movies, and then they are going a different route, and now they're having like the Fantastic Four and Victor Von Doom as like the main bad guy now moving forward. And who's going to play Victor Von Doom is Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
Which is like he's already was Tony Stark in the MCU.
Yeah.
Like, and it's kind of weird that just like they could. I mean, I love Robert Downey Jr., but
I know, me too. And
coulda got
I'm
another-
sure he'll crush the role.
I'm
but
sure, but it's
kind
just
of
how they're going
weird.
to
Yeah.
explain that, And like I
Yeah.
think it's like they could have. There's so many other actors that they could have got that I'm sure would have. Like, remember that movie Nip Tuck or that show Nip Tuck?
I
Like
loved that show.
that guy was like played Doctor Doom back in the day, like in the 2000 somethings, and he was pretty dope though. Like his face fit, he was like suave. Yeah. I really like that show too.
That guy was hot. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, exactly. He was like no, I get it. Yeah, he was like, and he was like the ladies' man in that show.
What
And
was
I
his
think
name in that show? Wasn't it?
Oh, I want to say something like Julian.
Yeah, Julian.
I feel that feels right, huh?
It was because I was like, I was thinking Christian, but Julian sounds.
Or
yeah.
no, I think Julian's the actor's name.
Oh yeah, his name's Julian McMahon.
Boom. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there you go. So yeah. So well, hey, at least we know something about. So Christian was his.
Maybe. Let me look.
No, I'm looking it up. I'm telling you, Christian was his name in the show.
Oh, I was right.
Yeah. I don't. Did you say Christian? Did you say
Troy.
Christian?
Yeah, I was
Christian
right.
Troy. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
okay. But
guy
Julian is his actor's name.
The guy who played Sean drove me nuts, and their son, he was so weird. I didn't like him either.
How deep did you get into that show?
I watched the whole way through.
Okay, so I was one of those shows where I like watched like the first 2 or 3 seasons all the way, and then
It
after
got really weird and out there.
I took
it way too far.
Right, that's what
Yeah.
I remember happening, and I would catch.
It was kind of sad because it was good.
Right.
I think season 3 was the last really good season.
Right, I
Season
think that's
4
right.
was.
I ended it. Yeah,
Season 4 was okay, but it wasn't what it was. And
it
then
got strange.
5 and 6 were just stupid.
Yeah. Oh man, have you seen the new Dexter?
Oh no, I've been told about that. I was told to watch. Yeah, it was good and worth watching. So
Are you talking about the original, like the one where he's young Dexter?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking.
Yeah, yeah.
The new Dexter show. Yeah,
Because there's two new kind of newer. There's like the new.
Well, no,
season
that
of,
one
like,
that came out. Well,
I think it was last year.
The follow up one. No, that was a couple years ago. I've seen that. Yeah, but no, like the very new one.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's like currently
Dude,
it's on, but good.
I think what they should do is a spin-off and call it Harrison and have him like be in LA or some shit, and like he's kind of like his dad, but it's like that follows him, and his dad plays the role of Harry. So his dad is his inner monologue and always telling him what to do, and
Right.
you know what I mean?
No,
and they could call the show Harrison. But I mean, it's cool to do a more Dexter, I love.
No, it's cool.
Show.
They did because I was kind of reluctant, but I was like, I was one of those things. I was like, fuck it, I'll just throw it on for noise, and if I like it anyway. Though, like they do a good job of like they have like it's like the young Batista, the young Matsuga, whatever his name was, that Asian guy. They have all the young versions of them, and they actually are pretty good. So it's kind of, but because there's no real drama because he's not going to get caught. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how much can how there's the suspense only can go so far because he's not going to get caught.
Yeah, how it's going to turn out.
Right. So I mean, so they have to build it other ways, but there is that like, oh shit, that's how he does look like a young pervy Asian dude. What's his name? Matsuka or whatever his name was.
Yeah, they did a really good job casting people. I have
right. They're casting. That's what I was looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen what they look like in the show.
Casting is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's worth a watch. I definitely recommend.
Dude, another good one is that show Say Nothing on Hulu. Have you watched that?
It sounds familiar.
It's about it's like a true story too, dude. And it's about these people that were in the IRA in the 70s. That was really good.
I'm looking it up. Spanning 4 tumultuous decades.
Tumultuous?
Yeah, tumultuous. Yeah, that's I'm keeping it. That's how I say it from now on. In Northern Ireland. No, I haven't. I think you mentioned this one to me, but I haven't watched it yet. No. But you say it's really good.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
It's fucking sponsored over here, dude.
Dude, we're gonna get sponsored by Copywritten Noodle Juice.
Yeah, exactly, dude. We're gonna create and then sponsor ourselves. Copywritten Noodle Juice.
Gotta drum up popularity,
That shirt already looks, like I could see it at a store in the mall.
Once the podcast takes off, it could just be like a shirt that you buy from our website, like Copywritten Noodle Juice, an idea consultant shirt.
Right. Yeah. No, yeah, that's great. All of our things.
A wiener on a beanbag chair. Our ideas are up here, ma'am.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The best one. Join us Sundays at some point.
Yeah. And I think it has to be like what's that? The main guy from Sunday from 60 Minutes. Hold on, I'm seeing his face. Andy Rooney. Mm-hmm. Look up Andy Rooney's face. I want how they had like Obama's face, but not that. Doesn't have to be those colors, but like how it's like that graphic.
No, I know what you mean.
But Andy Rooney though, and it's Sundays at some point. He looks so old and serious. It's perfect, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Just Google it and you'll remember.
I know what he looks like.
No. So I need you.
I need you to look at it right now. I know, that's funny. Sundays at some point.
He's a really serious journalistic, guy.
That is a hilarious shirt.
Yeah. They're all. Eventually, we're not even going to have to do a pot. We're just going to be selling shirts because we're going to find out that's our real niche.
We just need to hear it out loud from ourselves,
Yeah.
We had to do a whole podcast to figure it out.
Figure out that we should be selling shirts.
That was interesting.
Yeah. This podcast is not just funny. Sometimes it's informative.
It's informative, yes. Yeah. Very informative.
Yeah. Well, sometimes on Sunday. No, that's not it. Some days on Sunday. Sundays at some time. We'll figure it out.
No, it's Sundays at some point.
All right. Sundays at some point. There you go.
I'm keeping all of that in. Mm-hmm. Sunday, sometime on Sunday.
I was getting the S's. The S's were there.
And then you're like, we'll work it out. I'm like,
Sunday.
Sundays.
Sundays.